wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Memphis will kick it off to get us underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. So the TCU Horned Frogs offense will have the ball first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Looking to pass. It's Gentry.
When this offense comes out first down, tries to run the football, no answer. Second down, they go for the pass. They give up the sack. This defense on point early in the football game with 2 great plays.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Going to the ground. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
And I think a lot of people are going to look at that drive, and first of all, the drive was awful. They're all going to look at the drive and say it was awful, but how about the giving up on 3rd down? I mean, you got 3rd and long, you try to sneak a run in, and this drive, this possession, it was disastrous for the offense, and now you just hope you have enough space to get a punt off.
And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gonna take a shot. He's got it on the right. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. We knew coming in that they wanted to push the ball down the field, and they waste no time getting at it.
And I love that, man. I love being aggressive early, setting a tone, sending a message to my team. Listen, we're going to attack down the field. You better be ready for it. This offense comes out, gets the big completion way down the middle of the field.
When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season now.
He lobs one high down the left side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that.
He's got it. He got a foot down along that left sideline. You know what it takes to make a throw like that.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Snag in the end zone. Touchdown, TCU. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing that he's going to sit down when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
The Tigers offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And the heart of this team clearly rests on the offensive line. A group of maulers, David, who take pride in what they do.
And I think if you're a coach, you take pride. Like, it starts... front. Like, you win and lose games with physicality, and they lean on all the big fellas up front, the hog mollies, the big uglies, the most unselfish players on the field.
It's old school.
Turning it on! He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. And the Tigers moving quickly to the line.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
This defense is going to have to do a better job slowing down the run. We've seen twice now in this opening drive. This guy break one. And so this defense has to do a better job at the point of attack, and their D coordinator probably is already thinking to himself, why have to get another guy in the box to slow this guy down?
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Takes the easy completion. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Got his man quickly. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. The Tigers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw. Wide out trying to get it in. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Snap it to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And on that situation on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis. The offense cashing it in on that drive. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point is good. They march 79 yards on the drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the run from inside his own 5. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Gives it on the option. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Gentry. Quickly complete. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Entertaining 1st quarter, and we are all locked up after 1 as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the 1st. Let's see who gets the edge early in the 2nd. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. They'll try to sneak it. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. And the Horned Frogs will punt it away on fourth down. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
And the Tigers are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. Gives them a little more breathing room. A 3-yard gain out to the 7. Let's take a minute here to talk a little Memphis. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
They do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion. And right now they're in the mix, which is really, really good halfway through the season. A lot of work still to be done, Palmer.
Yeah, this coaching staff really at this point is just trying to keep this team focused as a top 10 team halfway through the year. It's about attention to detail, and that's got to show up in this one today.
And would they dare be aggressive on third down this deep in their own territory? From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's small. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Memphis coming to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
This time he's got it. Finds enough room to get it to the 21 before going out of bounds.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, create enough separation to create a positive gain.
This Memphis offense going to work again on first down. Pulls it in. It's Cloudy. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
It'll be third and short from their own 33. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. Can't make the grab in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on third down. Doesn't convert this time.
Oh, what a great play by the defense. Listen, that's why he plays defense. Yes, I get it. I get the jokes. Defensive guys can't catch real well. But the offense, they caught a big-time break right there. That could have been disaster on their side of the field. Could have been a big turnover that led to points.
And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Shoots it to the left. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in
open field on the right. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds and this defense is on its heels. Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on first down. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Wants to throw again. Fires to the tight end. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They'll leave it with him. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Horned Frogs in the hurry up. Looking for a man. It's Gentry. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. 3rd down conversion's always a huge stat. They've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Got the big paws on him, but couldn't hang on. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
Wow, that quarterback is lucky there. If you're going to take a chance like that on 3rd down in your end of the field, you better be right, because that should have been picked and returned for a touchdown. This offense is lucky now they're getting a chance to punt this ball away.
And the punt will be marked dead just inside the 45-yard line. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
The defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage.
Breaks into the open. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just 1 step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Memphis. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the 2nd half to get some stops.
He'll try to tack on 1 more. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was capped with an explosive 22-yard run. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll give it to the back. Powers through the defender. Oh, he's got just shedding tackles. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Scanning the field, it's Gentry. Snagged out of the air. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking downfield very late in the half. He hurls one deep down the left side. Got it inside the 10. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
Man, what a great job by this offense finishing the half. It wasn't perfect. You're still trailing, but now you've cut that lead to a one-score game. Now in the second half, we can come out, make some things happen. We just created some big momentum for this offense. Now we take it into halftime.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Horned Frogs will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Clowney. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. This time on target. Gets away from one. He's got space. Touchdown, Memphis. A great catch and run for 6.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
The give to the tailback. Dragged down at the 30 after a 5-yard gain.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football.
He'll off one deep down the left side. Grabs it inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. The big explosive play put him right on the edge, but you got to finish the deal. Looking for a man. It's Gentry. Into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And they cap off the drive with a touchdown, throwing the football. In the last play, they got the explosive. They get right back to the line of scrimmage and dial up another one. Great work by the quarterback and his target being on the same page. These last 2 plays, throwing the football, man, it doesn't get any better than that.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. That lead has been sliced to 7, and now they'll try to put something together here. Going right to work up top. Out of the backfield, he's open.
Hey, guys, this running back's not just catching checkdowns or swing routes. You can get him vertically down the field and let him go to work, especially when you get man coverage. Take advantage.
Running into the open space. There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Line gets set, first down. Looking downfield on first down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
It doesn't matter who it is, receivers, and in this case, a tight end. You get open, you sometimes start to look at that green space in front of you, and you just take your eye off the football, lose your concentration a little bit, and miss that opportunity for possibly a big play.
Turns it on in midfield. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Just keep slinging it. They're working that left side. Finds a crease at the 20. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Not quite able to turn that corner and get it to the house. He's out of bounds at the 8. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first. Touchdown, Tiger! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
The Horned Frogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Gives it on the option. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against a wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in.
Throws for the tight end. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Hunt is on its way. And they'll just down it right there.
This punter is such a weapon. And because he's able to get that ball down deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Direct snap. Under fire. Makes a grab for a big play. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
Really nice poise by the quarterback on that throw. He's obviously backed up deep in his own end. He knows he can't take a sack, but all of his focus is downfield on coverage. He finds the matchup he wanted, and it's an explosive play for the offense through the air.
Running behind that left side. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Back to pass. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. The Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
And I think this will go a long way in determining the outcome of this football game. They're able to run the football with the lead late in this game. That's a good sign for this offense.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Strikes first, delivers the punch, and works his way to the 31. And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
No, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
The Tigers line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Grabs the screen around all kinds of defenders. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Second down, he'll throw it. It's complete to the right. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
A designed run for the quarterback. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. The Tigers want to move quickly. This quarterback part of their running game. Oh, he didn't get there, and what a stop against an offense that's been magnificent on third down. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on fourth down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. They believe they can run right here. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Gentry. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes.
And they block it. And after all of that, they'll take over inside their own 30-yard line.
And you could see they had a punt block left set up. They overload the left side of the formation. They don't have enough guys to really get them all blocked up. Nice job getting in the backfield, taking the ball off the punter's foot, and getting the huge punt block.
They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Swings it out to his running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. And he was looking into the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And this QB's had some success, man, throwing to the football to the end zone. Like 3 touchdown passes today. Nice job by the defense. And
he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! The lead gets bigger here in the 4th quarter, and their run continues, about to go 8-0.
And the offense takes control of this football game late. I tell you what, this offense doesn't wow you in every position. They've got some good players. They find a way to put drives together. They find a way to score. But this team is undefeated. This team is a force to be reckoned with, continuing to stay undefeated.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Looking to throw, it's Gentry. Pocket breaking down. Trying to make magic with his feet. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. And the Horned Frogs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Finds his big tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it's picked off right at the goal line. Taking it the other way. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and, David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Got his man on the right. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Tigers are in the hurry-up. Pulls and throws off the RPO. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Gets it out fast. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Memphis coming to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Trying to get behind the defense. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. The Tigers come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Rushes on him. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Fires to the wideout. Converts on fourth down. Still going. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that.